It is 2 in the morning. You wake up on the very edge of your mattress, looking over at 80 pounds of dog stretched comfortably across the center of the bed. Meanwhile, over in the corner of the room, a perfectly good dog bed sits completely empty in the dark. Why do they insist on doing this? Why bypass their own space just to sleep pressed heavily against your legs? People often assume this is about stealing body heat or a sign of being clingy, but behavioral neuroscience shows a different story. Every action your dog takes before and during sleep is driven by evolutionary survival mechanisms playing out in the modern bedroom. Sleep is the absolute most vulnerable state any animal can experience. For thousands of years, a wild canine survival depended on finding a hidden, safe place to rest before letting themselves fall unconscious. Today, your pet dog lives in a much different reality. They spend an average of 13 hours a day resting indoors, far removed from the threats their ancestors faced. They even adapt their internal clocks to match your waking schedule. But that ancient biological wiring remains active in their brain and drives their bedtime behavior. When you observe these bedtime quirks, you are seeing exactly how the dog views their environment and their pack. You might notice the routine starts before they even lay down. Often, dogs get a sudden frantic burst of energy and dash around the house. Experts call these frenetic random activity periods, or the zoomies, and dogs use them to burn off pent-up stress or simply express joy. Once the running stops, the nesting phase begins. You have likely watched your dog dig, scratch, and turn in tight circles on top of the blankets. This scratching is a direct inheritance from wild ancestors. Out in nature, a wolf had to physically flatten tall grass or dig a shallow hole in the dirt to create a warm, sheltered spot to survive the night. There is a specific chemical purpose happening here too. When a dog scratches at your sheets, they are activating scent glands in their paws. They are physically marking the bed, putting their unique biochemical signature on the fabric. These routines transform a generic blanket into an emotionally secure base camp. Once they finally settle, the physical shape they choose is specific. A dog curled tight into a donut shape is taking a defensive posture, protecting their soft underbelly and vital organs while keeping their body heat locked in. Sleeping belly up with their paws in the air is a sign of ultimate trust. They are making themselves vulnerable in your presence, while they use their exposed stomach to help rapidly cool down. Their location on the bed is also deliberate. If they sleep at the foot of the mattress facing the doorway, they are setting up a perimeter alarm. They are putting their body between you and any potential threat entering the room. If they sleep back to back against you, they are covering your blind spot. They are trusting you to protect their back, assuming you will keep watch on your side of the room while they handle theirs. These positions demonstrate that the dog views you as a member of a team that must be protected. The physical closeness of co-sleeping creates an internal change as well. Resting near a dog triggers a simultaneous surge of oxytocin in both brains, identical to the bond between a mother and infant. Over 8 hours, a dog's nervous system and heartbeat align directly with yours. This connection explains why they might steal your pillow when you leave. Your pillow is saturated with scent, acting as a neurochemical sedative, physically lowering their heart rate. Co-sleeping operates as a continuous, low-grade chemical therapy session. In the dark, both species are actively regulating each other's stress levels. Of course, the physical reality of sharing a bed is rarely perfect. Sleep trackers prove that dogs disrupt human sleep all night long with tiny movements and repositioning. Yet, in those same studies, almost every person reports feeling more rested. The psychological benefit of having a trusted companion overrides the physical interruptions. The feeling of safety matters more to the brain than a few tossed blankets. While you rest, your dog eventually enters REM sleep. During this phase, the brain mechanism that paralyzes muscles falters, and you might see their paws twitch or hear a muffled bark. Harvard researchers have pointed out a detail about this stage. Because dogs are so intensely attached to their humans, when they twitch and paddle their feet, they are likely dreaming about you. Because sleep behaviors are built on rigid habits, a sudden change to a dog's routine is a critical indicator that something is wrong. If your dog suddenly abandons a favorite spot on the bed or starts wandering anxiously at night, It can be an early behavioral sign of hidden physical pain or canine cognitive dysfunction. This behavior is the result of 15,000 years of evolution, where dogs have been genetically wired for contact seeking with humans. In Germany, archaeologists uncovered a 14,000-year-old grave where humans were carefully buried right alongside their dogs, providing physical proof of this interspecies devotion. So, the next time you wake up on the edge of your mattress, take a moment to look at the animal sleeping next to you. Out of every quiet corner in your home, they chose you as their absolute safest place.